Good evening and welcome to the cabin. Well, I haven't been to Amish country in quite a while, and so it's time to go again. Today is a beautiful warm spring day, and I imagine they're getting a lot of chores done, so we'll go tomorrow and visit a few of the quilt shops. We'll see if we can get over to Esther's daughter's new seed business. I'm ready to start buying seeds for my vegetable gardens, and maybe talk about some of the quilts that are being worked on right now. Alaska's being worked on, the Alaska quilt for the new buyer, Justin. And then we also have another feathered star that's being produced for another guest. It doesn't need to be done for a couple of months, but I'd like to get up there and see how they're doing on it. And then we'll maybe just drive by the greenhouses and see how their setup is going. I always like to go to the greenhouses in the spring, and usually they're ready for Mother's Day. So we'll see how they're coming along. But for tonight, I thought you might enjoy a quilt dump. I thought, well, perhaps I would just load a bunch of short videos of the quilts we've been looking at and buying over the past year and a half. And perhaps you'll see something you'd like. Perhaps you'll see something that you've made. Perhaps you'll see one that you've bought. But let's just take a look at those quilts, and then we'll see how this year's quilts stack up. All right, I hope you enjoy. It's just going to be quilts and maybe a little music to keep you satisfied. See you. It's very of what you would think of on it.
Old age, eat dust.
This is my favorite day. Very nice. Okay, so we've agreed that we're going to meet on the 20th of March at 9:30 here and go to Boscobel and look at fabric. And it's not too late. I don't know for sure what size this person wants.
Yeah, if she'd know what size, we could make it exactly that size.
Okay. That's what I'm going to tell her then, once I show it. Because remember the other day when I was here and I took that photo, it wasn't real good. It wasn't.
Yeah, we just kind of held it up there
Yeah.
in the middle.
Yeah. I'm sorry to make you do this. Did you have somebody in today?
Yeah, Anna sold 2 quilts this afternoon.
Anna, yay!
Actually, right here is that other host.
Is this the one? Yeah.
The-
Let's hold this one up too.
This one?
There. Yeah, I want to show. I'd love to show this one as well. Get it over your head, Naomi, if you would. I'll come in this direction. Gee, you ready for this? All right. Hang on. Don't move yet. Oh, that's beautiful. What size is this? Okay, I have what I want here. This is 101 by 111. Good. Katie did this one too. Beautiful.